Hey y'all, welcome to Boozy B's Books and Cocktails. I'm Dana B. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thanks for coming to the bar. If this is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. We at Boozy B's love to read. I love to share the books that I have read with you. And then I love cocktails, so we make a cocktail paired to the book that we've read this week. I have read a lot of books here lately, and so I'm excited to share this one with you. It's pretty new. When it came out, I thought, oh my gosh, I want to read this book so bad. I love Daisy Jones and the Six, and I listened to it on Audible and enjoyed it. And so I thought this is going to be a great book to listen to on Audible. So that's what we did. It is called The Griffin Sisters Greatest Hits. So let's get into it. So as the title says, it's the Griffin Sisters. So it's about two sisters, and they have just graduated high school. One is very pretty and one is very, very talented. And one is very... wants to make it big, and one wants to just get by. So Zoe is the older of the girls, and they are very, very close together. The mom and dad, it goes back to their relationship and how they were so excited that when they got pregnant with the first child, that was just very wonderful and very delightful. It was the perfect child. And then just several months after having Zoe, the mom gets pregnant with another child. And the difference between the first child and the second child, as we know, it's always different. But this one was just so close, and she had not gotten her groove into things. And so when she got pregnant with Cass, it was just something else, and they really wanted a boy. And so here they have Cass, and she's really withdrawn. She's not as pretty as Zoe, but they find out early on she's very, very talented, and she's a prodigy, and she just picks up playing the piano. And so they kind of morphed Zoe into being in the band. And so they just described Cass, and almost to a point of, okay, let's just get on with it. But Cass is very big, and she's not very pretty, but she's very, very smart, and she's very withdrawn. And so that kind of sets the stage for Cass, I think. I don't know, she's just really withdrawn, and I would probably say that during this time they didn't know much about autism, so they kind of describe Cass as a on the spectrum kind of young lady. So they get the band going, and the first time Zoe's actually in a band, and the band kicks her out right before like a show. So Zoe goes home to Cass, and she's like, "You're the only person that will help me here. Please help me." And they had been singing in their room, so they go in to this talent show, and there is a talent guy at the show, and so he sees the Griffin sisters, and so he signs them on the spot. And so they make a doll out of Zoe because she's so beautiful, and they don't know what to do with Cass because she's so overweight. And at that time, there wasn't much styling for overweight women. So they kind of just shove her in the back, and they put her in black, and they just kind of go from there. And so they meet a guy named Russell that he is a music, he writes songs and stuff, and so they bring them in. And of course Zoe's very, very attracted to Russell, but Russell's more attracted to Cass because of their in common things, like they both play music, and they both write music, and Zoe plays the tambourine, and she can sing. And to me, it's very reminiscent of another band that we know of and love, sister band. And so they go on tour. Everything's going really well, and you know how things go, or what we understand. The world of music is very high energy, high paced. And so here you've got Zoe, who the world is attracted to, and then you have Cass in the back, and but she is the one that's making the music, so they bring her to the front, and Russell is just really paying a lot of attention to Cass, and so a few things happen. Then the book kind of stops, and you're hearing this in several different voices. You're hearing it in Zoe's voice, and then you don't know much about Cass, because after what happens, Cass just up and leaves. And Zoe has a child named Cherry, and Cherry is very talented. She's a prodigy also, but her mom doesn't want her to be in the music business. And so Cherry's story is that she goes to something like The Voice or something like that, and she tries out and she gets there, and they find out, the producers of the show find out who she is. And so Cherry is, all she wants to know about is her Aunt Cass, because she didn't know anything about her because Cass had left. And so behind the scenes, you kind of find out that story. And it's a great story. It's about love. It's about envy, jealousy. It's about healing and forgiving. And for me, it was a lot about siblings. And I have lost my sibling, my blood brother, who was very talented. So this book meant a lot to me to read, and of course we were never in the music industry or anything, but he was very talented. I could sing a long time ago, and so it made me bring up a lot of those feelings about family and what you do for your family, what you do to your family. Family can be very hard on each other. And so it was very refreshing to read the good, the bad, and the ugly in the business, the good and the bad, the ugly in your family, and the healing that a child can do, that really pokes around and asks questions. And so it was just a lot of fun. There was a lot of, I don't know that it would be, it was a great book. Let's just put it that way. Let's say that it was a great book. If you are a fan of Daisy Jones and the Six, you'll love this book. There's a lot of 1980s and 90s in there, thing, but there's a tragedy, and so they have to get through the tragedy, and they don't do it together. So it's tough. There's some tough spots, but I will say that it's a great book. It's a fast, great. I say fast. It probably on Audible, I think it was 10, 12, 15 hours, something like that. So I would very well recommend it. If you like rock and roll, if you like sister rivalry, family, it's the book for you. So now, the drink today, the cocktail today, is a Dirty Martini. And the reason I picked the Dirty Martini, one, it's a great, strong rock and roll kind of cocktail. Two, it's dirty, and I feel like that Zoe really did cast dirty. So this is in honor of Zoe and Cass. So, and I love dirty martinis. This is my favorite, one of my favorites to go order. And when I go into a bar or restaurant and say I want a dirty martini, I usually say, and make it dirty, dirty, because I'm a dirty, dirty girl. Because the olive is what makes it dirty. So I love the olive, the brininess of the olive in the dirty martini. So I'm gonna set us up here. Martinis are really easy to make, and you can either have a gin martini or a vodka martini. And so I prefer, in a martini, the vodka. It makes it a little bit more smoother for me. So we have Absolute vodka, and then for our vermouth, it's Dollins. And the vermouth is something that you have to really get used to. So I don't like a lot of vermouth, so my recipe is just a little bit different than maybe what you find on the internet. So I have my glass chilling, and I have ice in it, so I'm gonna dump the ice into my shaker so that I'll have ice in there. And we're gonna shake this because it does have juice with it. So we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of vodka, and I chill the vodka so it's already chilled. I'll keep it in the refrigerator. So 1.5 of this. And sometimes you can ask just to have them spritz the vermouth, the dry well, good grief, I just poured that into the wrong thing. So it's been a heck of a day. I've been back from vacation and work today, and so it's been crazy, but I'm so glad to be back. I love my work family, and they put up a lot with me, and so I love them. They're a lot of fun. I hope you have a good work family too. Okay, so I'm doing just 1/2 ounce of the vermouth. And then I have, what makes it dirty is olive, so I have olive juice, and I really like to have it dirty. So I'm gonna put a full ounce of brine in here. And this is just the olive juice out of my olive jar, so it's nothing fancy. You can buy olive brine and whatever, but I prefer just to get it out of the jar, because a lot of times you just kind of throw it away. So we're gonna give it a shake. So it's vodka, dry vermouth, and some olive juice. So here we go. And that is it. It's cold. We're gonna strain it into my glass. And I didn't have a clear martini glass, so I'm gonna use this one that I have. And it's fun. And then for my garnish, I just have some olives that I'm gonna drop in here. And these olives have jalapenos in it, so that's gonna spice it up a little bit. So here we go, cheers. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So if you like briny, salty, you could put a little salt in it if you wanted a little more salt, but it's good just like this. And you get some little shards of ice in there, so it makes it kind of fun. So there's your Dirty Martini to go with your book for the night. And the book is the Griffin Sisters Greatest Hits. I hope you'll check it out. Oh, and the author is Jennifer Weiner. Hope you'll check it out. I hope you'll let me know what you think about it and what music you might remember when you start reading this book, the music that you like. It's a great summer read. I hope you're reading this summer, and I hope you'll let me know what you're reading this summer. So I hope you'll like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to network with some people, so help a girl out. Thank you very much. Cheers, and we'll see you next time.